Good evening. Andrea Zufelt. I am reviewing Module 10. For Module 10, I'm reviewing the Module 9 Substance Abuse Prevention Program Assignment by Alicia Fears. After reviewing Ms. Fears' project, Substance Abuse Project, Prevention Project, there are a few things, that I think maybe questions that would be brought up when presenting the idea of this project to a committee or to a shareholder or someone that would be on board with assisting with this program. I do like that she gears it towards kids that are between the ages of 10 and 18, and I do like that it is more of a long-term type program, whereas as opposed to shorter programs that are presented in schools that are either an hour or like once a month for a couple of months, and very short term. She does present a program that would be more inclined to be anywhere from 6 months to a year. However, during the course of that program, the question that I kept coming back to within reading the program that she presented was, at what point do you present this in schools for, let's say, an 11-year-old, and it lasts a year, and then do you continue to represent it when that individual is in the next grade, and then all the way up to 18? So is this something that starts when they're around the age of 10 and goes through the age of 18? Or is it a one-year program that maintains? And then is there something where we need to keep track of those kids that have had that program presented or are utilizing the services within the program? And then make sure that kids that haven't gotten it, that are in that age group, what about kids that are coming into the school system? And of course, some of these questions are also questions that as I'm reading her paper, I'm thinking about my own program. I do like that she brings in a really good broad spectrum amount of individuals from the community, including coroners, which I really do think is quite important, as well as judges and stuff, so the kids can really see kind of both sides of everything. They're not just seeing law enforcement that's coming, that they would experience more on the firsthand when something happens, or hospitals. They're seeing then that follow through of individuals that would be part of it. I'm not sure necessarily about bringing lawyers in to the dynamic with everything, just because there is that level of understanding between an attorney and a client, whereas personal public attorneys to represent you in criminal aspects would more or less not be inclined to want to work with, the judges or law enforcement. Yeah, they would have that understanding, but, the purpose of a defense attorney, if it is a defense attorney that she's speaking of, would be more inclined to look at defendants' rights regardless of what occurred. Whereas if you're bringing in someone that's a prosecutor, then they can talk more on the lines of what would happen long term with that individual, but then judges can also plan in that, really even as well as law enforcement.